Good evening, everyone. I wanted to take a moment at least once a day or as often as I can to be light and not so educational all the time. Of course, we're going to cover educational stuff during that, but I wanted to talk about really quick 3 chords in a dream. You can be a rock star or a country star with 3 chords in a dream. Those basically, typically, are 1, 4, 5 progressions. One being in the key of G. G, C, and D. There's another one that's not as common, but happens a lot of time, and people don't typically understand the theory behind it. So, I'll show you the example. So an E, the key of E, A, and then D. Alright, so what happens here is you have 1, which is E, your 4 chord, which is an A, and then your flat 7, which is a D. It gives it this dominant sound that's different, and it sounds more like it's in the key of A, but it's really not. It's in the key of E. So what happens here is you have all these songs like I like about you, you hold me tight, she got the way to move and share it. R-O-C-K in the USA, R-O-C-K in the USA, and now rock it in the USA. Alright, so I was always confused thinking that was the key of A, and then when I went to the B chord, which is actually the 5, but in my thought it was always the major 2 chord. And I know I'm throwing all these numbers at you, we'll get into that soon. But it really depended on the solos. So when I was learning these solos from these, and I'm going to butcher this, so forgive me about the slap, because it's just off the top of my head, but like... You hear stuff like that and you're like, wait a second, what, if that's in the key of A, why are they playing the E blues? And I never could wrap my head around it, and I finally figured out because it's in the key of E. And they're playing a blues scale because it's based around a dominant 7, the flat 7, which is a D note in the key of E. And that opened up everything to me like... And it made a lot of sense. So another example of that is if you're playing Sweet Home Alabama, and it starts on D. Well, you know, that's okay, that's in the key of G, right? Even though it starts on the D, it starts on the 5. And the cool song with a chord with that is that it goes to an F. So like... So you can think of it a whole bunch of different ways, but that's how I think of it. Anyway, have fun with that, and I will see you next time.